don't know. From what I've heard, there was no receivers open because LSU's defense, their DBs were locking it down. But I mean, there was a lot of passes where Bo Nix, all he had to do was hit it, and it would have been a big gain or a touchdown. More than I could probably count like 5-6 times that was, and he just overthrew them or threw too far to the left or the right, and you can't have that as a quarterback.
And there comes a time this is what got my guy Mariota benched in the NFL.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta
try and change the pace.
Yeah, and try and thread the needle and make a difference in the game. Don't just play conservative.
And, I don't. Well, how bad must Joe Gatewood be if they won't start him, or he didn't win the starting job, or they won't give him a chance? I honestly don't think it's that bad. I don't know what they're thinking. I understand you want to stick with your quarterback, and I don't think Bo Nix is he's a smart quarterback, but he just hasn't had the year. And I think a lot of it's just he's like a deer in the headlights. No one wants to say it, and he don't want to say it. Gus don't want to say it, but I think that's what's happening.
Especially as
and it really wasn't,
they get to the red zone.
Huh?
The closer they get to the red zone, it's like he just
shuts down.
Yeah, he gets worse and worse.
But yeah, and it wasn't. Death Valley wasn't as loud as it was in the Swamp.
No,
the Swamp was ridiculous. We couldn't get the Auburn couldn't get the running game going, so that was kind of a big thing. They had 2 busted runs that kind of helped out, but other than that,
Yeah, this is the thing that it's just killer. The games that matter the most was Florida and LSU, and his completion percentage was 43% and 41%. It's terrible.
You got to be able to pass the ball. When you're one-dimensional and try to run it, every play, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, against Florida, his QBR was 17.3.
Yeah.
Against LSU, it was 46.1, and it really wasn't that much better against A&M.
I heard from something I listened to, and I don't know if it's exactly correct, but they were counting up all the first-time starters for QBs at Auburn, and they had him dead last in completion percentage.
Yeah, so, right now he's at 54%.
And what's sad about this game? As good as LSU is, and they're the number 1 team in the nation right now.
Yeah.
It was still 2023. There's going to be no other team that holds LSU down that much. LSU they average like 38 points a game.
Yeah.
But the defense can't do it all. The defense was on the field like 86 plays. That's technically 2 football games in usual number of plays for a defense to be on the field. And your defense is going to wear out if you keep it on the field the whole game. You can't go 3 and out 12, 13 times.
No, it's just the defense they give in eventually.
You can't expect a defense to stop them every play, and they stopped LSU twice in their red zone. That's pretty impressive feat. But I think Auburn's just the quarterback and the receivers are just off cue. It may be a little bit on the line, maybe a little bit on receivers getting open, but I just think I saw a lot of times Bo Nix could have made a good pass and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But that automatically falls back on the coach. Maybe he ain't running the right play schemes. I'd just like to know why they didn't run a sweep at least one time. I didn't see that one time. But anyway, so Auburn fell to LSU, and I give credit to LSU's DBs. I think they're going to give Alabama some trouble next week.
Yeah. I don't even know who to pick for that one yet. I'm glad I got another.
I'm leaning towards LSU right now, honestly, just for the simple fact that both of them have explosive offensives, but I don't think Alabama's line is as good as LSU's, and I don't think either one of them is just great.
Yeah. And also, you got to give credit to Coach O. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody thought that he would last at LSU. I sure
Definitely
did.
not. Definitely not.
And he's proven to be one of the top coaches in the country, I think.
One thing I want to ask you. I've seen a lot of the ref stuff. What do you think about the officiating in the LSU Auburn game?
Pretty bad. I mean,
I know. I saw. It's hard to catch it like when you're watching the game, but I saw a lot of times where, Derek Brown was getting held like by 3 people.
yeah. And
Dude's a monster though, because he was still getting back to that quarterback.
yeah, and there's been a lot of like illegal contacts that's been missed, and like hands.
I don't
to
know
the
what's,
face.
and it's not this game. It's been going for a couple of weeks, like especially that South Carolina game.
Yeah,
Which I think Muschamp got fined because he was just giving it to him.
and the Tennessee-Alabama game too.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They need to, fix it though. But anyways, let's.
And one last thing on that, I thought that it was awesome how Coach O at the end of the game went up to his former recruits that he tried to get that are at Auburn.
Marlon Davison and Big Count Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and just how
a lot of respect. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was like, he went up there and said, "Damn, you are good."
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that was cool.
that's just cool to see. I think he would have done it win or lose because that's
Yeah.
just how Coach O is.
Yeah, that was that was real cool. I'd probably cheer them up a little bit because
Yeah,
honestly, if I was the defense, I'd be so irritated, and I know they
Yeah.
are. But let's hop on over to this what's this week right now that's going on. We got one game in motion. It's A&M and
Texas San Antonio.
Texas San Antonio, and they got a close game going. It's 7-7 right now, and it's 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Texas A&M should run away with it. No, I don't
They're
see
probably
any
just starting off a little
surprises
slow, especially like being an 11 o'clock game.
coming. Yeah, we got Mississippi State and Arkansas. Mississippi State's a 7.5 point favorite. I don't know. They're both pretty bad. I think Mississippi State will win it. But
Yeah, Mississippi State's bad, but Arkansas is really bad. Theirs is like
Yeah.
execution, and I just like, I don't know. I feel like they're going to be able to run the ball with the quarterback more because that's kind of what they lean to.
Yeah. Then so you got Mississippi State in that one?
Yeah, I would say so. I haven't seen anything from Arkansas this year that would, incline me to think otherwise. Because Arkansas is just not good.
No.
There's no nice way to put it.
Yeah. We got South Carolina and Vanderbilt. South Carolina's a 15-point favorite in that one.
And it's home for South Carolina.
Yeah.
I think it was at Vanderbilt. There might be a difference, but I don't really know. Vanderbilt might might pull something out of their sleeve and shock South Carolina. But I think the safe bet would be
picking
South Carolina.
Yeah. Pretty sure South Carolina can handle.
I feel like their offense can be a little more consistent because they both have good defenses.
Yeah.
I like Kalinsky as quarterback. I think honestly I like him over Bentley.
Yeah, and I think they'll stick with him when Bentley's healthy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with South Carolina.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. We got another unranked matchup: UAB and Tennessee. Tennessee 13-point favorites.
Wow, only 13 points, which UAB isn't bad.
UAB is 6-1.
Yeah.
1,800 yards passing this year for UAB. They look like they're a high passing offense. Their only losses against Western Kentucky, but I think Tennessee's going to handle them.
Should, and I don't think Tennessee's the same team they were when they lost to Georgia State. So
No.
I just don't see them giving it up to UAB, especially at home too. So yeah, I'd go with Tennessee. I think they're playing a little better, unless something crazy happens or Garantano just plays like absolute trash. Which I think they could just run the ball.
I'm pretty sure Maurer's cleared to play this week. I still don't think that Pruitt announced a starting quarterback yet. He said he's got 3 starting quarterbacks. He just doesn't know which one
He's still trying to figure out which one's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I could agree with 2 of them, but Garantano's not a starting quarterback. So I think I'm going to take Tennessee regardless in this one.
Yeah,
I don't see a collapse.
Then we'll go Ole Miss Auburn. Auburn's an 18-point favorite, and Ole Miss has kind of gotten something going with with them running the ball a lot. They like to run with their quarterback, but I mean, I don't think that's not going to work against this defense. I mean, really, when you talk about Auburn, you can talk a little bit about certain players, Seth Williams and Boobie Whitlow, and even DJ Williams last week, had a good game, but when it comes to just talking about the overall offense, there's just not much to talk about. And a lot of it has to do with not getting people open. The line just can't block, and when they do block consistently, our quarterback just can't get it done. So, but I mean, even if the offense, all the offense has to do is be mediocre for Auburn to win any of their games because their defense is so good.
I mean, really, just the quarterback has to be, a little bit better than terrible.
Yeah,
and they would have beat LSU.
They would if Auburn would have, if they're mediocre in every game they play, they win every game just due to the defense.
And they don't even need good quarterback play. They just need someone that
can hit a 5-yard pass.
Yeah. So they would have beat LSU if they had a quarterback that was just a little bit better than terrible.
Yeah. But Ole Miss is kind of looking better, later, this point in the season. Yeah. It seems like they kind of got something rolling with their offense. They had a pretty close loss to A&M last week, but I don't see Ole Miss beating Auburn.
Not so fast.
Same game day, Lee Corso.
I got Ole Miss in this one.
Oh, man. You do know they play in Jordan-Hare.
I don't really care. I think that this quarterback's going to expose Auburn's defense. Not with his arm, with his legs.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to that because I'm not gonna forget it.
Well, I'm not gonna be surprised if Auburn just blows them out of the water.
Whoa! Now don't be backtracking.
But this quarterback, he can run like. I didn't expect it when I saw him against Alabama, and Alabama's nothing to really brag about on defense, but he still ran all over them. And he said he's full speed this week. I don't know. It could be the upset of the week. Auburn's 18-point favorite.
I don't see it happening. I mean, let's see.
Remember, Bo Nix is your quarterback.
Even if I understand Bo Nix is, but for some reason Bo Nix plays better at home. But even if Bo Nix just has the worst game of his life, we can run the ball on Ole Miss.
Should be able to.
Yeah, should be. I'm sorry, I just don't see Ole Miss doing a whole lot against that defense. I may be wrong, but if LSU can't score over 25, 30 points on Auburn, I don't think Ole Miss is going to.
Well, I just don't think they faced a quarterback like Plumlee yet. That is more of a threat with his legs than his arm.
Well, I think the closest showing for like a Russian quarterback may be Mississippi State. With Schrader. And Schrader's not a bad runner.
He's not bad.
Or Oregon, their quarterback kind of runs a little bit.
Herbert's more of a pro style quarterback.
Yeah. I don't care if the dude runs or not. As soon as he passes that line, Auburn's defense is really good when it comes to